Good morning and welcome to Gogglefrogs. I believe it's episode 98, and a huge welcome whether you're watching us live, whether you're watching us on replay, or whether you're watching us on YouTube. I'm Angela and I will be with you for the next, it's going to be cut short today's show, so we're going to be run till about 45, so about 45 minutes. So welcome, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Looked outside this morning and it looks lovely and warm, so hopefully you're going to get some of that beautiful sunshine and vitamin D, and all you need for Gogglefrogs is an hour of your time, 45 minutes, to bring your knitting with you, whatever you're working on, crochet, knitting, etc. Hopefully you've got a cuppa of something. I've actually got a cup of water, so I needed something. It's been so hot, hasn't it, over the last few days? So I thought I'd get a mug of water, but I've got it in my Gogglefrogs mug. And I think I'm on my own today. Claire, my lovely co-presenter, is visiting family and Robert is at work. So who knows, he may pop in. And I've also found a lovely little project on Ravelry, so I thought I'd share that with you, because I think it's really quite nice. And I was looking last night on Pinterest, and I'm constantly looking on Pinterest and saving things, so I'll share that with you as well. So I'm sure it's episode 98. Let me know if it is, and I know that we'll have some people join us in a little while, but we set this up, didn't we, nearly 21 weeks ago now, when we went into lockdown, because we couldn't meet up and see our people at our normal knit and natters. Let's face it, some of those groups are 30 plus. Oh, hello, we have Marion joining. Hello Marion, how are you?
Fraught.
Oh dear, why, what's wrong?
Builder hasn't turned up and I feel as I've done a day's work already.
Oh, well, let's hope.
Races, he hasn't had a penny.
Well, I was thinking, if he hasn't had a penny, then there must be a genuine reason, and hopefully he is okay, because he could have had his mobile phone pinched or anything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So whilst we don't want things like that to happen, I'm sure it's a genuine reason. So I was just saying, good morning, and this is my wonderful friend and co-host Marion. So thank you for joining me today. I was just saying that I am going to be finishing at 1:45 today, so we'll shut it slightly short, because I've got a visit to see my dad, and we only get a visit every 2 weeks, so it's only 20 minutes. But yes, it's all got to be all COVID related. So we've got to be gowned, we've got to be masked, we've got to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The equivalent of walking into it's not quite walking into an operating theatre, is it? But we'll go and see him today, so that should be really lovely. So I don't want to get stuck in traffic, so that's why I'll be finishing a little bit early today. But so shall we say hello to a few people?
Yeah,
I think
go for it.
I think the world is going back to normal now, isn't it? Because
people let's hope so.
Starting to go out and about, although remind me in a few minutes when we've had the music and everything about 50. Okay, so remember that. So I'd like to say a huge morning to Brigitte. Hello. And good morning, Dawn. Lovely to see you. I'm sure you're working in the background. And good morning, Deborah. And good morning, Jackie. I'm sure you're working in the background as well. Yeah. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Ruth. Lovely to see you. And good morning, Safi. The lady.
Safi have a couple of days away.
She did, yes.
Did you have a good time?
I'm sure it was Wales, wasn't it, Safi? Yeah, I think it was Wales with yourself. So hopefully you had a lovely time. And Tracy, hello. And Tracy, how lovely that I know that you have. Your husband's been working away, hasn't he? And with all of this, we can't travel. It's going to be lovely for you. But a belated happy anniversary for you and your husband. So I know it was your anniversary. Was it last week? So
31st.
Yeah. So
do you want to guess how many years?
I don't know. Quite a few though. Okay.
Yes. Do you want to have a guess?
I know they've been together over 30 years, she said, but I can't remember. How many years is it?
49.
Oh, sorry, for you, 49. Oh, wow. So you've got a 50 coming up. That's brilliant.
Yeah, next year. And Ruth joined us.
Yes. Hello. Lovely to see you. So it's lovely. So you will meet new friends. You will meet your existing friends, but we've met lots of new friends along the way. And at the end of this whole lockdown where we're totally back to normal, so whether that will be next year, this year or next year, we don't know, but we're going to have an exhibition where we can show our work, which will be lovely. I can't wait for that.
Mine's gone to other people already. Who else had an anniversary then, Brigitte?
I'm not sure.
Neither am I. Was it you and Rod, Brigitte?
You did actually. You had an anniversary a couple of weeks ago, didn't you, Brigitte?
Me married. Yeah. Yeah. It's Richard and mine had 49 years.
When was that?
Who else? Tracy for 22.
Yeah. Oh, so that's lovely. That her husband's going to be home from working abroad. Just 2 more sleeps and then he's home for 10 days. Absolutely amazing. That's lovely. Brigitte's was back in June. Marion, when was your anniversary?
31st of July.
31st of July. Oh my word, sorry, we totally missed it. So a huge anniversary.
On the calendar after all those years. Just a sec. I'm being called. He who must be obeyed.
Of course. And she does say that very tongue in cheek, because nobody can make Marion do anything unless she really wants to. So hopefully you've got your knitting. You may have seen I've got a lovely little pink thing here because I realised I dropped a stitch, but it doesn't really matter because you can't see it in the pattern. So all I've got to do is, with all these things, all you do is stitch it in. So I realised, because I was having a mammoth, really good, quick knit on, when was it, on Saturday. So I was only knitting for about 2.5 hours and I managed to get that done, which for me is really good whilst sunbathing. So I realised I've dropped a stitch and I'm just going to pop it back in, but the pattern's fine, so everything is fine on it, so that's good. But I haven't done any since Saturday afternoon, and I did have to have a sleep in all that beautiful sun out in the garden on the lovely chairs. So it was really, really nice. So anyway, is everything sorted now, Marion?
Yeah, all it was to tell us that the builders arrived, but he got lost going around all the diversions and bunkers. It took, and the diversions brought him out somewhere he hadn't got a clue where he was.
Oh, bless. Yeah. Bless you, Sue. We knew it would be something genuine. Yeah. And a builder who doesn't actually use the phone while driving, that's brilliant as well. So 2 thumbs up for the builder.
Yeah. That's a new Eeyore, Ollie. Ollie's had something in the post today, probably a new Eeyore.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're going to play some music now. And Robert has let me know that this is a request from somebody. So if there's any music that you would like played, please, 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 just let us know. Post in the group or send a message through to myself or to Robert, and probably Robert because he's the best one. He does all the music queuing and everything. So we will see what music we have today. So Marion, do you want to go on mute?
Mm-hmm.
And we will play this now for you. So enjoy.
Amazing.
I certainly wasn't expecting that. It was brilliant. Oh, wow. I really hope you enjoyed that. I don't know who's requested it, but you will know that you requested it personally, whoever requested that. So that's brilliant. So thank you ever so much, and a huge welcome. Thank you to Robert for constantly cueing the music, for finding the music, and The other thing as well that you may not know is we may want music, but a lot of it is copyrighted. And even if we think something's okay, we may load it on a night time, and by the following day, it gets taken off the system from us. So there's a lot goes into even trying to play a piece of music. So what we upload onto YouTube will not be playing because we cut that out just in case. But if you've registered for this replay, then you will get the music included as well. So that's brilliant. So and I've nearly done 2 rows, which is brilliant.
Well, I can't count.
Can you not?
No, I've only got to count up to 25. And everything I did whilst I was out on Saturday, I frogged. So that went down well.
You went out for coffee, didn't you, on Saturday?
Yes, I did. And I thought, oh, great. I've knitted all the way up to the armholes on a sleeve. And I'd said, this decreasing seems to be going very quickly. You know, only every 3rd row. I know it's on a chunky. I got home and I read the pattern again, and it should have been every 5th row. So I had to pull the lot out. I still got it done, yes, on Saturday night and yesterday.
Well, I did something similar to that. Again, not reading the pattern properly, or rather reading it quickly and then just getting on with it. And I realised I should have been decreasing, but it was only 5 stitches. So I thought, I'm not frogging the whole lot for that. It's only the side of the, it's a longish cardigan. So it's going to be less than a centimetre. And I just thought, I'm just going to sew it. There'll be a slightly thicker seam at that side than the other, but it really won't matter at all. So there's some things that we can hide, and then there's certain things that we have to frog. But
you know what? I've had more trouble with this cardigan for my aunt than
really?
I had with knitting that jumper in the round for me, and with some of the other patterns I've done. And this is so straightforward. Don't think I'm ever going to do a jumper that needs to be knitted in and seamed again. It's all going to be knitted in the round, top down. Once I've got that sorted, no seams, never ever again.
I know that feeling. I think the first time you knit in the round, you think, I really don't get my head around it. But once you actually start following the pattern, you think, this just makes perfect sense. It's incredible knitting in the round. And I know that you don't necessarily get the structure or the because everything is quite fluid, I find, with knitting in the round, which is beautiful. But yeah, I do enjoy knitting in the round. I've only done a couple of them, but they are lovely. So let us know in the chat or in the Facebook group. And if you haven't joined yet, it's Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. So just put in a request to join. It's a few questions, and then one of us will, myself or Robert, will bring you into the group. We just need to check your profile to make sure that you're a real human being and not trying to marry us from afar or scammers. So as with a lot of these fake profiles. So we'll do our best. So I'll have a quick look in the chat and see who's been talking in the chat. So Brigitte says good morning. Deborah says hi there. Marianne says hello. Gigi Fresh said morning everyone. Brigitte says yes, because Wednesday is 100. Do you know what, Brigitte? Brigitte is our friend who has every episode number marked on the calendar. So if you want to know what episode it is, Brigitte reminds us, and I know it's 100 on Wednesday. So if you can, please make that on Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Because that will be our 100th show, which is quite amazing.
It doesn't seem possible. It's gone so quick.
I know. So Jackie says, morning all. Safi says, good morning. Brigitte says, hello, Marion. Dawn says, good morning, working, but listening in. Great. Ruth says, good morning all. Tracy says, morning. Jackie says, yep, working, and a smiley face. Brigitte says, someone else had an anniversary, and that's you, Marion. So I forgot to mention it. So happy anniversary. Safi says, yes, she did go to Wales. It was lovely. So happy you had a lovely time. So it's always nice to get away for a couple of days.
North Wales is beautiful. We've fallen in love with it.
Is it North Wales?
Oh, well, we do. I don't know where Safi's went.
Yeah, you go to Llandudno, and if you don't know, Marion has introduced us all to this amazing little place, and it's called You Felty Thing. EWEU Felty Thing. And the interesting fact around You Felty Thing is every single supplier, most of it is hand dyed, although they do deal with some of the national companies as well. But everything has to be mulesing free. And so everything has to be cruelty free. And I think that's lovely. But they even have vegan wools and yarns there, and certain types of dyes. So and I received a beautiful present from there. Thank you ever so much. You know who you are, who gifted me that. And it is a beautiful hank. So a lovely place in North Wales. And
the shop, you look at the front and you think the frontage is about the size of the Spotted Sheep, if you know the Spotted Sheep in Leighton Buzzard, but it goes back about 3 times that. And they are so friendly. It is lovely. They do Norro.
I know.
They do Norro, Angela.
Norro. Sorry, if you don't know, I am a Norro fanatic now. I love Norro. I was gifted some. My uncle gave me my auntie's Norro and some projects that she was half through. And I have to say, even now, I have not been able to open the little box with all of her half-finished projects in. And I keep saying I'm going to finish them, but there's certain things that you just need time to do. But her Norro, I finished all the pieces for the blanket, but crocheting all these 78 little triangles together, or tringles as I call them, has taken time. And I do need a day just to sit there and relax and cleanse my mind and crochet them together. But I love Norro. Have I said enough? I love Norro. I can never believe the colours that you get in a ball of Norro. It's incredible. But do you know what, Marion? I received this beautiful hank of wool, and it's all reds, and it's actually in the back of my car, in the car boot. And it's there in its skein, ready for when I'm ready to do that. I'm going to wind it up. But I cannot believe the colours that are in there. There are ochres, golds, bronzes.
Oh, that sounds gorgeous.
Autumnal browns, there's reds, there's clarets. What I love about wool and Norro and a lot of the hand dyes is nothing's flat. None of the colours are flat. And, you know, we all have our, shall we say, our, acrylic stuff, which does have a consistent dye. That's what we buy it for. But once you start using natural fibres, and once they put several colours together, no two skeins are the same. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? Marion, what is that? Where's it from?
I might well have got this from Nikki at You Felty Thing. And it is, I've had it a while before you go on at me about my yarn diet.
I'll never tell anyone to go on a yarn diet ever, because I cannot do that myself.
Can you?
Oh, burrow and.
Oh, trying to do it in reverse.
Oh, I know. It's the opposite way round. When you're on camera, everything's in reverse. Burrow and saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that colour is called Happy.
Oh. Is that the one that her daughter died for you?
No, I was just looking for that. I've got another Happy, which came from You Felty Thing, which Nikki's daughter, Nikki is the owner of You Felty Thing, which Nikki's daughter did. And I ordered some. It came and I thought, this looks familiar. I'd already got 2 in the garage. But should we go back to the chat?
Yes, sorry, we were halfway through.
For 22 years, but they've been together for 30. Childhood sweetheart, 2 more sleeps, and he's home for 10 days. Isn't that lovely?
It is.
This was in June. Tricia says hello.
Hello.
And we can pass on happy anniversaries.
Yeah.
And Deborah says happy anniversary to anybody and everybody who's had one, which is lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brigitte said she nearly went round the roundabout the wrong way yesterday, coming back on a newly changed road from the Tesco in Luton.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you did your driving British style. For me, whenever I go to Europe and I drive in Europe, it makes sense because I'm right-handed. It makes sense to go round roundabouts what I call the right way, rather than ours, the left way. So I do find it easy to drive European style. So I totally get that with roundabouts.
And then we get about the music. Brigitte says those dudes are cool.
They are.
And Ruth says that's some talent. You're spot on there, Ruth.
Yeah.
So talented and so young from Dawn. Brigitte says, Ruth, good to see you here. Got the pesky housework out of the way then. And Deborah said she's really delighted with the music, basically. And aren't they?
Oh, fabulous. So this was for you, Deborah. Thank you for requesting it because we learned so much from these requests.
Yeah, and Ruth says that she hasn't done the housework yet. She's had a lie in instead and cuddle the cats. That sounds like a good idea. Haven't got a cat, but I go with it, as does Brigitte. Dawn says Adrian, that's her husband. I think he's her husband. His partner is learning to play the fiddle. It's been at the teeth grinding stage for a while, but now so much better. Yes, I remember yes, I had the teeth grinding stage. I never went any further than that, actually. Brigitte apologizes if girl offends. Yes, I understand why she's doing that, but that's a long story, which we won't go into. And then quite a few people saying what fantastic players they are.
Yeah.
Brigitte says never say never. I'm not sure what that's to, but Jackie does now say I don't knit in pieces at all, always in the round, no purling. You did purl, Jackie, when you did that beautiful cardigan, the purple and grey one that you put on Gogglefrogs recently.
Was this?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but Jackie knows the one I mean. But I'll give you, it was a few years ago. And then agreement about the music. And Deborah says she would love to go to You Felty thing. And yeah, me too, Deborah. Whereabouts are you, Deborah? Perhaps we can, if you're local, perhaps we can arrange a day trip. I know it's a long way to go, isn't it? North Wales, London, no. Perhaps a knitting weekend or something up there.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
It would be good, wouldn't it?
It would be wonderful. And
yeah,
all the ladies up there, they're really nice. And there's a lovely bar across the road with a fantastic selection of gins.
You read my mind.
Only Brigitte is going on, is mentioning this roundabout. She says it only said new layout, and I thought the left lane was left turn only, so slipped into right-hand lane before the roundabout came into sight. You've never seen anybody change direction as quickly as I did. Well, the drivers out there will understand, but as you know, I'm just a passenger. And Deborah says, yes, I've sent a message to Robert to thank him. I love this video. These boys are so talented. And Tracy says she's in for a trip. What a good idea. Great idea for a trip.
We'll do it.
And Deborah says she's in York, so quite a way, unfortunately. Yes, Deborah, for a day, but for a weekend or a midweek trip, that is certainly a possibility.
Yeah.
Because there's the Great Orme and various things. There's lots of Welsh tea to have. I can take you to a fantastic tea room. So yeah, I'm sure we can manage a couple of days up.
We will hold that thought, and then when we can start moving around properly.
I'm sure Nikki would be delighted to see it.
Yeah.
She's gone into spinning as well, I think. She's got some really lovely hints and tips.
Yeah. Oh, but I tell you what, it's 10:28 and I need to go at quarter to. So I'm
my heavens! Do we need to do Facebook?
Yeah, I will. I will go onto Facebook. I'm just going to refresh Facebook again.
Okey-doke.
How time flies,
doesn't it? And whilst you're doing that, you know what you were saying about a container for the marble, because I've got the dog bowl.
Oh yes.
So I went hunting, and oops, it's gone everywhere. But I found this in Poundland.
What was this that you've got? That is brilliant, Marion. Was it really a pound?
A pound.
A pound in Poundland. So
it's not big enough for the biggest 400-gram ball of Arran, but I think it will take the biggest
marble. Because we've all got these beautiful. Well, we got it from in Wales. I got one of these beautiful wool balls. It houses keys, because it's not quite big enough, and Marion had the Scooby-Doo thing from B&M, a dog bowl that is perfect for most large balls of wool. And now she's found one, because I said, something for marble. So she's found that one. So thank you very much, Marion. That's brilliant. So I'm now going to share our screen. And I am so sorry, so sorry, Ruth, because it's your first time, I think, on this with us. And we are going to be closing a little bit early. But hopefully you'll forgive me today.
Always tomorrow, Ruth. Leave the housework again. Snuggle up with the cats.
So here's one. Thank you so much, Ruth, for posting. When all your stitch stoppers are in use and you need to separate for the sleeve, a T-pin through the cable ends and secured with a hairband. You're welcome. Oh, wow. Fabulous. Do you know what? This is what we will do. We will always find a way, won't we?
Necessity being the mother of invention.
That is brilliant. Thank you.
Judy's going Poundland food Poundland food colouring turned out best for yarn dyeing.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. What if I missed? No, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Yeah,
that's all right. So eye test. If you see this watermelon, red, you're normal. Green, you're a bit odd. Blue, you need to buy more yarn. Yay!
I need more. No, I don't.
There is always, all that happens is yarn moves from shop to home, And then we gift a little bit, or we give a little bit away, and then it goes from shop to home again. So Helen says, sorry, can't not join us today. Another meeting at the same time. Don't worry. And she's still doing her rainbow jumper. So sleeves are being cast on now. Now, Judy. Wow. This is the last set of my food dyeing for now. I'm pleased with this set as it worked out the best. The colours there are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well done, Judy. I think this is something that Judy's just started to do in the last few days, hasn't she?
Yeah, there were. Didn't you put a post on yesterday or the day before? Yeah. But to say that, well, there we know, Poundland food colouring. If anybody wants to get into it, ideal.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant tip.
Anne says, just thought I would share this photo. The wool used is Icelandic. I assume knitted by someone local. Look at those. Oh my word. That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. So do take a look at this in the group. But I love those. Absolutely love those.
Aren't they sweet?
I know. But anything with a horse, I just love anyway. Now, this really got my interest. Trisha shared this, and I have no idea where the patterns are, or if there are actually patterns.
I haven't seen this yet. They must be designers, surely.
That's what I'm thinking. But somebody, I'm just going to click onto this so that you can see some of
Oh,
these
wow.
designs. Look at them. This is true art. And there are some long, you can just see them. I mean, look at that. It would take a lifetime for me to actually create, but they're stunning.
Tricia, do you know whether these were hand knitted or were they done on machines? Oh, look at that. Isn't that?
I know. Sorry to flick through them so quickly, but there's
I like that.
So please have a look at these. They're absolutely incredible. I just want to know. You see, this one, I thought that is really quite simple. It looks very, very light, something like a 4-ply or a very sport weight. Is sport weight smaller than DK?
I've left my information downstairs.
But you can really see the light through this, and I thought you could probably make something like that. So
Tricia says she doesn't know if they're hand or machine knitted.
No, but they're beautiful.
They are absolutely stunning. That
is art that should be on the wall.
Yeah.
And you should be wearing it every time you leave the house to cheer people up.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it is stunning. So thank you so much. And there's a few little gifts there. And this is another one. Look at this. A little video.
Surely not frogs.
They're not at the minute, are they? They should be frogs, though. We should have some little froggies, shouldn't we? Moochie Moochie Land. I think I've pronounced that right. So I don't know where Moochie Moochie Land is, but that's a beautiful little video that somebody's done. So brilliant. And Ruth said she was hoping to get in gear, and she is with us. So a huge welcome. And you'll make lots of new friends here. So lovely to have you with us, Ruth. That's a lovely one, isn't it? That Georgie's shared. That is brioche, isn't it?
That's what I was thinking, but
yeah, well,
yeah,
yeah. It's 2-color, 2-sided brioche. The cowl will teach you.
Ooh, from August the 7th. Is it an online cowl?
It is. This cowl will teach you free. I think the pattern's free until the 7th of August. But have a look at that. Some people want to learn brioche, and if so, I think that would be something that is simple, repetitive. It's a cowl. You're not having to increase for arms and stuff like that straight away, so you can get used to just doing brioche. So I'm going to do that. Oh, I shared this. I put this on in 2014, so anyone else wonder how many frogs live in Monet's garden? Because we went to Monet's garden. The little story behind it was me, my husband, my mum and dad, my husband's brother and his wife, and my husband's parents as well. So the rate of us going to Provence, and I said, I'll drive. And everyone said, no, we're flying. I said, well, I'm not. I do everything possible not to fly anywhere. I will drive there and back and make it a little bit of a journey. So my parents then got really worried that I was going to drive all the way across France on my own. So they decided to come with me. My husband flew, the rest of the family flew. And we stayed in this beautiful little place near in Giverny, which is where Monet's garden is. And I do have to say, I found the photos better than seeing it live, because just something happens and your photos just totally pop. It's really quite amazing. It was really busy when we went, but absolutely stunning. And I still don't know how many frogs there, but as we call Gogglefrogs, it just made me smile. So, oh, Judy posting again. Oops, lost it again. Here are the finished hanks, 2 locks. You can see why I caked one stringy cupcake. Why I called one stringy cupcake. I think they're beautiful, and that will knit up so beautifully. I'd be really interested to know what you used as your yarn, because every yarn takes colours totally differently. And again, I've only just been finding out about that quite recently, but they're beautiful. They will be stunning. Judy has said, Angela, you wanted to see the dyeing I've been doing with food colouring. It's fun, but a long way from perfect. Well, I think it's perfect.
Yes, so do I.
As Linda said, thank you, Linda. Laughing Hen is a how-to sheet, but there are others on the internet. I put cling film on the drainer. Doesn't take much space to do it. Then I laid the soak hanks on the cling film and daubed the colour on the hanks. I used a paintbrush, then rolled up the hanks in cling film, keeping them apart to avoid bleeding. Then popped the parcel in a plastic bag and sealed it. Then I put it into bubbling, not boiling water for about 45 minutes. Ah, that's so good to hear. So you don't need a microwave. You can just use it in the pan. That's brilliant. Thank you. I love it. Absolutely love it. Wow. Well done, you. Marion, here's your boxy jumper. Latvian boxy jumper finished apart from blocking. The colours on that are absolutely beautiful, Marion. I just love it is almost like some midsummer night, isn't it?
I was so lucky as well. I just managed to be able to match the colours front, back, and sleeves. Sleeves aren't quite matched, but
oh, they're almost matched. It's very Noro-esque, shall I say?
I got asked on another site where I bought the yarn from and could I buy it locally. So I told her to go to Riga.
And you bought that in the market, didn't you?
In Riga, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're wanting, oh, my light's about to fall. Hang on a minute. Never mind, we're near finished.
It's a very good reason to go to a beautiful, beautiful city.
Yeah. It just looks lovely. Really does. And what's this? Me calculating all the body measurements. Me forgetting that math is not my strongest suit. I'll have to look at that properly.
Me too.
I don't think I can make that out. Oh, it's not just me. Brigitte said the same. Oh, what's Jackie?
Yes.
For? Yeah.
Jackie. I think Jackie could just post a picture of purple and we'd know who it was from.
Yeah, I know. Jackie is everything purple. She loves purple. If there is purple wool, she wants it. She wants to buy it. She wants to take it off people. And that's when we have this. We have a special little game when we go away to Sheringham. And what happens is we all end up with a ball of wool. But the ball of wool you end up with, you can swap it with anybody else's and you can take theirs and give them yours. So anyway, Jackie just wanted purple. So
next time we go, everybody should take a pool of purple.
That would be so funny. And make sure that Jackie goes last because it will absolutely, she won't be able to choose from all those different purples.
But then what would be even funnier is if we all took the same ball. Can we do the chat, Angela, before everybody disappears?
Sorry. No.
Deborah says that Llandudno brings back memories of taking the children there and she had such fun. Tricia says that those beautiful designer items doesn't know whether they're hand or machine knitted. Deborah's saying that's interesting. Your yarn dyeing is great. Can I ask where you bought your undies yarn? I need an explanation.
Undyed yarn.
Oh, thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, I wasn't, Safia says she found a pattern for the blanket and added it. Looking at the comments on the pictures, the dresses and coats are from a designer. Deborah loves Monet's Garden at Giverny. I love his paintings.
Yeah.
Brigitte does as well. And she went there twice with the Cross Stitch Guild.
Oh.
Brigitte says, and what yarn do you like, Angela? Judy says the yarn is undyed yarn, undyed Aran from Wingham Wools but Laughing Hen had a range of undyed yarns as well. Georgie says, morning, sorry, had to make some phone calls. Deborah says to Brigitte, that sounds lovely. I used to be in the cross stitch guild, and it did quite a lot of she did quite a lot of test stitching for Jane. I think Deborah and Brigitte should set up a separate Facebook page, because they'll be sharing pictures of their beautiful
No,
work.
please stay here, because I want to see it all. Please,
yes.
Deborah.
And
please.
Jackie says, we know her too well. Yes, Jackie. And Deborah goes predictive text again. And Brigitte says, Deborah thought as much.
It's always the same. It's always the same.
Yeah. I think that might be about being members of the stitch guild, cross stitch guild.
Yes. So I was mentioning about 50 earlier, wasn't I? And I just want hope that things don't change, so we can all start to go out and start to meet each other, rather than our government saying that we all have to stay in if we're over the age of 50. So yes, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be able to start going out and meeting people. But how was Saturday morning, Marion? I really want to know, because you met Claire, didn't you?
I met Claire. The Picture House in Leighton Buzzard are very, very good about social distancing, I must admit. They make you sign in, fill in a form, say where they are. You order at the bar, which is fully socially distanced, and all the tables and chairs are at an appropriate distance away. You get the odd person who doesn't apply, but the staff are very good at saying apply, telling them to apply to the rules, and they bring the your order to the table, and they're just grateful that we're back there. So yes, booking a table isn't a problem. So and I think it's probably better than the likes of Sorelli's in Leighton Buzzard, because that's a lot more cramped. But it's nice, even if it's just you, to sit in the window and watch people going by. So yeah, it was pleasant. And then I sat out in the sun, and I've got burnt.
I took my mum to Oliver Hare, and we had lunch then. There were only 2 other people in there. That was
Brigitte 3 was.
But that was very well done. So I think most people are. So please, if you are going out, please try and support your local companies, for coffees, for lunch, for anything that you can. And please with our local yarn shop, so that they're going to be there. Because I know we think that we're starting to go out, but for any business, it is tough out there. And we do want them to stay there. So,
which is why we mentioned the local ones, the Spotted Feet, You Felty thing, and Gogglefrogs, of course, because they've now branched out into merchandise, and of course they are a little independent now. I think you can call them a local yarn shop.
Yeah, and we have honestly, we have some amazing. Well, we think they're amazing little ideas. So I'm
interested to see what the next idea is.
It will be. We're very excited about it. I've already set the wheels in motions. So just wait and see what we come up with next. So it's all about how do we just have fun with our yarn, with everything else. So We're going to get a little bit creative, I think.
I've counted that once. I've counted half a dozen times, and I still can't count to 25.
And with that, we're on 47 already. So,
I'm sorry, Helen, but we're finishing early.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I've got a visit with my dad. He's in a care home getting respite. So I've got a 20-minute meeting at 11:30. So I'm going to shoot off now. So sorry to sign off early, but lovely, lovely, lovely to see you, and look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Robert will be here. I think I'll be here. Marion may be here. I know Claire's out and about visiting family. So whatever you do, knit or crochet lots, spend lots of time for you, and see you again tomorrow. Goodbye,
Bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Love you all, Gogglefrogs.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks, Marion.
Thanks, Angela.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.